The dense jungle of Mesoamerica stirs at dawn, mist curling around towering stone pyramids that seem to emerge from the very earth itself. Sunlight pierces the canopy, casting long shadows across intricately carved temples, each stone whispering secrets of a civilization that thrived over 1,000 years ago. The Maya, whose achievements continue to astonish modern scholars, built cities that rivaled the sophistication of Europe centuries later. Yet, for all we know about their society, vast mysteries remain, questions that science struggles to answer, and answers that may have been deliberately hidden by time or circumstance. Their calendars predict celestial events with uncanny accuracy, their pyramids align perfectly with the sun, stars, and planets, their hieroglyphs hint at knowledge that goes beyond religion or politics. How did a civilization, without modern instruments, achieve such feats? Could they have understood the universe in ways that even contemporary science cannot fully explain? As we step into this story, we cross the boundary between history and mystery. What follows is not just an exploration of artifacts and ruins, but a journey into forbidden knowledge, secrets of the Maya civilization that challenge everything we think we know. Each discovery, each anomaly, each unexplained achievement is a doorway into a world where logic and legend intertwine, where science grapples with the extraordinary. Prepare to venture beyond textbooks, beyond accepted history, and into the shadowed corridors of the Maya's forbidden wisdom. The more we uncover, the more the lines between fact and enigma blur. What you are about to witness is a civilization that continues to baffle and inspire, whose legacy may contain truths far older and stranger than our modern world is ready to comprehend. Long before the arrival of Europeans, the Maya civilization flourished across the dense jungles and sprawling lowlands of what is now Mexico, Guatemala, Belize, Honduras, and El Salvador. City-states like Tikal, Palenque, Copan, and Calakmul rose to prominence, each governed by powerful rulers whose authority intertwined religion, politics, and astronomy. These urban centers were not mere settlements, they were intricately planned cities, featuring grand plazas, towering pyramids, and palaces adorned with elaborate carvings that conveyed both history and divine narratives. The Maya were masters of their environment, ingeniously harnessing rivers, terraces, and agricultural techniques to sustain large populations in regions that could easily have turned hostile. Yet, beyond their engineering and architectural prowess, the Maya are perhaps most remarkable for their intellectual achievements. Their understanding of mathematics, particularly the concept of zero, allowed them to develop sophisticated calendrical systems that tracked both solar and lunar cycles with astounding precision. It challenges our assumptions about ancient peoples, reminding us that intelligence, insight, and understanding can exist in forms that do not always conform to contemporary frameworks. In the end, the Maya leave us with a choice: to see their achievements merely as historical artifacts or to recognize them as a gateway into a hidden world of forbidden knowledge. They compel us to question what has been lost, what remains hidden, and what truths may yet be uncovered beneath the jungle canopy or encoded in ancient glyphs. Their civilization is a bridge between the past and the eternal, between the visible and the invisible, between fact and enigma. As we depart from the ruins, watching the sunlight glint off stone pyramids and the shadows of centuries stretch across the jungle floor, one cannot help but feel a profound sense of humility. The Maya continue to speak to us, not in words we fully understand, but in patterns, symbols, and monuments that resonate across time. They remind us that history is never complete, that knowledge can be forbidden, and that the mysteries of the universe are often waiting patiently for those bold enough to seek them. The Maya civilization, with all its brilliance and enigma, remains an enduring testament to humanity's capacity to wonder, to observe, and to reach for truths that lie just beyond the grasp of the ordinary. Their astronomical observations were meticulously recorded, enabling predictions of eclipses and planetary alignments with accuracy that would challenge even modern instruments. The society itself was deeply hierarchical, led by priest-kings who wielded knowledge as a form of power. These leaders, often viewed as intermediaries between humans and gods, controlled not just political authority but access to the civilization's most sacred and secret knowledge. Artisans, scribes, and scholars contributed to a culture steeped in complexity, where religion, science, and daily life were inseparably intertwined. Despite centuries of study, much about the Maya remains enigmatic. Entire codices were destroyed, and countless ruins still lie buried beneath thick vegetation, concealing truths that may never fully be revealed. The remnants we uncover suggest a civilization operating on principles that challenge conventional explanations. How did they construct massive pyramids aligned with cosmic events without modern technology? How did their society maintain such precise astronomical records over centuries? As we trace their rise, achievements, and eventual decline, a tension emerges between the known and the unknowable. Mainstream history provides fragments, yet the anomalies, the pyramids, the calendar, the codices, hint at hidden layers of forbidden knowledge. It is within these shadows that the true story of the Maya begins, a tale of brilliance and mystery, of science intersecting with the inexplicable, waiting to be uncovered piece by tantalizing piece. Among the most mesmerizing achievements of the Maya civilization is their calendar system, a creation so precise and complex that it continues to astonish modern scholars. Unlike the simple calendars most societies relied upon, the Maya developed multiple interlocking systems to track time, combining a 260-day ritual calendar called the Tsokin with a 365-day solar calendar known as the Hab. These cycles intertwined to create the calendar round, a sophisticated 52-year period that synchronized religious ceremonies with agricultural and astronomical events. But the ingenuity of the Maya did not stop there. The long count calendar, perhaps their most famous innovation, allowed them to record dates spanning thousands of years. Carved into stone monuments and codices, these records demonstrate a grasp of time measurement that rivals modern chronology. By tracking vast cycles, the Maya seemed to operate on a temporal scale that bridged the human and the cosmic, mapping the movements of planets, the sun, and the moon with remarkable precision. For scientists today, reproducing the exact accuracy of these calculations without modern tools is a daunting challenge. What makes the Maya calendar truly mysterious, however, is not just its mathematical sophistication but the layers of hidden knowledge it may encode. Certain cycles align with astronomical phenomena in ways that seem almost intentional, almost prophetic. Eclipses, solstices, and planetary alignments were not merely noted, they were anticipated centuries in advance. Could the Maya have possessed knowledge of celestial mechanics that was far ahead of their time, or is there a deeper, perhaps forbidden, understanding embedded in their counting of days and cycles? Adding to the enigma are the prophecies associated with the calendar. Some inscriptions hint at periods of cataclysm and transformation, sparking myths and debates about Maya predictions for the end of cycles. These prophecies, shrouded in symbolic language and ritual significance, suggest that the calendar was not just a tool for marking time but a key to understanding the forces governing the universe itself. Yet, despite centuries of study, vast portions of the Maya's calendrical knowledge remain undeciphered. Codices were destroyed during the Spanish conquest, and many glyphs remain enigmatic, their meaning slipping through the fingers of historians. Scholars can map the cycles, yet the purpose behind the alignment of certain dates, the significance of rare conjunctions, and the potential secrets hidden in the numerical patterns continue to elude explanation. The Maya calendar, then, stands as both a testament to human ingenuity and a doorway into the forbidden knowledge of a civilization that understood time in ways modern science still struggles to comprehend. It is a reminder that some mysteries are not meant to be fully tamed, that ancient minds may have glimpsed truths that today remain just out of reach. As we journey deeper into the Maya world, the calendar will serve as our guide, hinting at secrets that stretch far beyond mere numbers into the realm of the extraordinary. The Maya were not merely observers of the sky, they were meticulous astronomers whose knowledge rivaled that of modern scientists. Long before telescopes or computers existed, they tracked the movements of the sun, moon, planets, and stars with astonishing precision. Temples, pyramids, and observatories were not only centers of worship but also instruments for celestial observation, carefully aligned with solstices, equinoxes, and the cycles of Venus, a planet of profound significance in Maya cosmology. One of the most extraordinary aspects of Maya astronomy is their ability to predict eclipses decades, even centuries, in advance. The Dresden Codex, one of the few surviving Maya manuscripts, contains tables that map the movements of Venus and lunar cycles with near-perfect accuracy. Modern astronomers, using sophisticated tools, have confirmed the precision of these records, yet the question remains, how could a civilization without telescopes or advanced mathematics achieve such exact calculations? The Maya also designed structures that acted as giant astronomical instruments. At Uxmal, the governor's palace aligns with the setting sun during specific times of the year, creating shadows that seem to animate the architecture itself. At Chichen Itza, the Temple of Kukulkan produces a serpentine shadow during equinoxes, a phenomenon that continues to captivate visitors and scientists alike. These architectural alignments were not accidental, they required knowledge of geometry, astronomy, and precise observation accumulated over generations. Beyond the observable patterns, the Maya appear to have recognized cycles and correlations in the heavens that modern science struggles to replicate without technology. The Venus tables, for instance, display an understanding of planetary synodic periods that is remarkably accurate, suggesting long-term observation, careful record-keeping, and possibly knowledge that has been lost to time. Some researchers speculate that this knowledge was sacred, closely guarded by the priesthood, and potentially encoded within ritual and myth, making it inaccessible to ordinary citizens or even to modern scholars who only see fragments of the whole. The deeper mystery is the purpose behind such precise astronomical knowledge. Was it purely practical, used to plan agricultural cycles, ceremonies, and political events? Or did it reflect a cosmic worldview, a map of unseen forces and energies that the Maya sought to understand and harness? The alignment of temples and monuments with celestial bodies hints at a civilization that perceived the heavens as an interactive canvas, a source of power, prophecy, and forbidden insight. Even today, scientists struggle to fully explain the depth of Maya astronomical understanding. Observations that seem straightforward in retrospect required generations of careful measurement, knowledge of cycles beyond immediate human lifespans, and perhaps insights that transcend conventional methods. The Maya's gaze into the night sky was not casual, it was deliberate, precise, and imbued with a reverence that borders on the mystical. As we continue to explore the civilization, their astronomical prowess remains a compelling enigma. Each alignment, each calculation, each celestial prediction stands as a testament to minds capable of understanding the cosmos in ways that still challenge modern science. The Maya invite us to wonder, did they merely observe the heavens, or did they unlock a form of knowledge that remains forbidden to us, hidden in plain sight among the stars? The Maya did not simply build structures, they created monuments that continue to confound engineers, architects, and archaeologists alike. Their pyramids, temples, and palaces were not only visually stunning but also engineered with precision that seems almost impossible given the tools available at the time. Stones weighing tons were quarried, transported, and perfectly fitted without mortar, creating structures that have endured centuries of weather, earthquakes, and jungle overgrowth. Every corner, every stairway, and every platform appears deliberately placed, often aligned with celestial events, hinting at a level of knowledge that transcends ordinary construction. Take El Castillo at Chichen Itza, for example. During the spring and autumn equinoxes, the sun casts a series of shadows along the pyramid's staircase that create the illusion of a serpent descending the structure. This phenomenon occurs with exact timing, requiring not only careful observation of the sun's path but also architectural mastery to translate that knowledge into stone. The precision suggests that Maya architects were not merely builders, they were scientists, mathematicians, and visionaries, capable of turning abstract celestial patterns into tangible, monumental reality. But the mysteries go deeper than alignment and shadow play. Many Maya cities feature intricate road systems, elevated platforms, and water management structures that demonstrate advanced understanding of engineering, hydraulics, and urban planning. The Acropolis of Copan, for example, contains terraces and drainage systems designed to withstand heavy tropical rainfall, showcasing practical knowledge integrated seamlessly with ritual and political structures. Each element reflects careful planning and a sophisticated grasp of geometry and structural integrity. Acoustic anomalies add another layer of intrigue. Some Maya temples were designed so that sounds, such as clapping or chants, would echo in highly unusual ways, traveling distances or producing tones that seem intentional rather than accidental. Modern researchers continue to debate whether these effects were symbolic, practical, or part of a secret knowledge meant to inspire awe or convey hidden messages during sacred ceremonies. Even modern engineering struggles to replicate many of these feats without advanced machinery or technology. The precision, the alignment, and the durability of Maya construction challenge conventional explanations and suggest a deeper understanding of forces, both terrestrial and cosmic, that guided their design choices. The intersection of practicality, symbolism, and astronomy embedded in their structures implies a civilization operating at the boundaries of knowledge, where architecture becomes a form of science, art, and ritual combined. As we gaze upon these monuments today, partially reclaimed by jungle yet still standing proud, the question remains, how did the Maya achieve such perfection without modern tools, and what secrets might their construction hold about a worldview that integrated the cosmos, human experience, and forbidden knowledge into every stone? Their architecture is not just a record of their society, it is a puzzle, a challenge, and an invitation to explore the limits of human ingenuity and the mysteries they have left behind. The Maya left behind more than grand pyramids and astronomical tables. They inscribed their knowledge into intricate hieroglyphs, a language as beautiful as it is mysterious. Carved into stone monuments, painted on codices, and etched into ceramics, these symbols recorded history, rituals, astronomy, and perhaps secrets that modern scholars are only beginning to glimpse. Each glyph is a puzzle, a story woven into shapes that convey both literal meaning and symbolic depth, suggesting a civilization that encoded knowledge to protect it from the uninitiated. The surviving codices, including the Dresden, Madrid, and Paris codices, reveal astonishing sophistication. They contain detailed astronomical tables, ritual calendars, and instructions for ceremonies, demonstrating that the Maya were not just artists or scribes, they were scientists, mathematicians, and philosophers. Yet much of this knowledge remains tantalizingly out of reach. Hundreds of glyphs and symbols have yet to be fully deciphered, and countless codices were destroyed during the Spanish conquest, leaving gaping holes in our understanding. What knowledge was lost forever? What secrets did the Maya deem too powerful or sacred to survive the ravages of time? Even the glyphs that we can read hint at layers of meaning that go beyond the literal. Descriptions of gods, kings, and celestial events often contain numeric codes, astronomical references, and symbolic patterns that intertwine science, religion, and philosophy. These inscriptions suggest that the Maya saw the universe as interconnected, a living system in which knowledge, ritual, and cosmic order were inseparable. In this light, hieroglyphs were more than writing. They were a map of the unseen forces governing life, a repository of forbidden knowledge encoded to endure generations. One of the most compelling mysteries lies in the undeciphered glyphs and their potential significance. Scholars have long debated whether some inscriptions hint at lost technologies, advanced understanding of mathematics, or even metaphysical insights beyond our current comprehension. Each newly deciphered glyph offers a glimpse of brilliance but also raises more questions. Why were certain truths recorded in secrecy? Were some codices intentionally destroyed to prevent knowledge from spreading? The hieroglyphs also provide a glimpse into the social and political life of the Maya, but always with an undercurrent of enigma. Kings and priest scribes were the custodians of this knowledge, controlling who could access sacred texts and astronomical data. Their inscriptions were not merely historical records, they were tools of power, teaching, and perhaps even prophecy, weaving together visible and invisible threads of the Maya worldview. As we attempt to read these ancient symbols today, we are confronted with the realization that much of the Maya's wisdom has been obscured, intentionally or by the passage of time. Each glyph is a doorway into a civilization that understood mathematics, astronomy, and ritual in ways that continue to defy full comprehension. In their carvings, the Maya left traces of forbidden knowledge, a complex, coded understanding of the world that challenges modern science and invites endless exploration into the mysteries they cherished above all else. At the heart of Maya civilization stood the priest kings, enigmatic rulers who wielded not only political power but also the deepest layers of forbidden knowledge. They were intermediaries between the human and the divine, guardians of a wisdom that intertwined astronomy, ritual, and cosmic law. Their authority was absolute, reinforced by their ability to interpret celestial events, predict cycles, and perform ceremonies that ensured the balance between gods, nature, and society. These were leaders who ruled not merely with force, but with knowledge that few could comprehend. Priest-kings were often depicted in elaborate carvings and inscriptions, adorned with symbols and regalia that conveyed both spiritual and intellectual authority. They were the keepers of calendars, astronomical tables, and sacred codices, texts that contained secrets of time, cosmology, and rituals meant to connect the earthly realm with the heavens. Their role was as much about governance as it was about maintaining the invisible threads that held the universe in harmony, according to Maya belief. Some monuments suggest that these rulers had access to knowledge that ordinary citizens were forbidden to see. Temples and pyramids served not only as places of worship but as observatories and libraries, where the priest-kings could study the stars and record cycles with precision unmatched in the ancient world. In this way, they became living repositories of science, spirituality, and power, their influence extending across generations through carefully maintained rituals and instruction of select scribes and apprentices. Legends and inscriptions hint at secret ceremonies performed by these priest-kings, ceremonies that may have involved knowledge of natural forces, celestial alignments, and even metaphysical phenomena. Some researchers suggest that the rituals were designed to unlock insights that modern science still cannot explain, an understanding of the cosmos encoded in the rhythm of time, the path of planets, and the hidden geometry of the landscape. Such acts reinforced the aura of mystery surrounding the Maya elite, emphasizing that their power came not only from political dominance but also from a profound comprehension of forbidden truths. The priest-king's influence was further amplified by their ability to intertwine governance, religion, and science seamlessly. They dictated the timing of agriculture, the organization of labor, and the performance of sacred rituals, all guided by celestial observations. Through this, they maintained control while simultaneously connecting their society to a greater cosmic order. Their legacy, inscribed in stone and codices, reminds us that the Maya were not merely builders and astronomers, they were keepers of knowledge so sophisticated and secretive that much of it continues to elude modern understanding. Scattered across the ruins of Maya cities are artifacts that hint at knowledge far beyond what one might expect from an ancient civilization. Sculptures, carved stones, ceremonial objects, and intricately painted ceramics provide more than cultural insight, they whisper of a science and understanding that challenges modern explanations. These items suggest a civilization that blended art, ritual, and empirical observation into objects that may have served as tools of knowledge, instruction, or even power. One of the most enigmatic categories of artifacts is the collection of astronomical instruments embedded in architecture and small portable objects. Certain carved stones depict planetary movements, eclipses, or solar cycles with precision that mirrors the accuracy found in Maya codices. Some researchers propose that these objects were used as teaching tools or predictive devices, allowing priest-scribes to calculate celestial events centuries in advance. The remarkable alignment of these artifacts with monuments and sacred sites indicates that the Maya encoded knowledge across multiple layers of society, blending the tangible with the abstract. Mystical artifacts also include objects associated with ritual and medicine, many of which remain poorly understood. Small figurines, masks, and ceremonial vessels often display symbolic representations of plants, animals, and cosmic phenomena. It challenges our assumptions about ancient peoples, reminding us that intelligence, insight, and understanding can exist in forms that do not always conform to contemporary frameworks. In the end, the Maya leave us with a choice: to see their achievements merely as historical artifacts or to recognize them as a gateway into a hidden world of forbidden knowledge. They compel us to question what has been lost, what remains hidden, and what truths may yet be uncovered beneath the jungle canopy or encoded in ancient glyphs. Their civilization is a bridge between the past and the eternal, between the visible and the invisible, between fact and enigma. As we depart from the ruins, watching the sunlight glint off stone pyramids and the shadows of centuries stretch across the jungle floor, one cannot help but feel a profound sense of humility. The Maya continue to speak to us, not in words we fully understand, but in patterns, symbols, and monuments that resonate across time. They remind us that history is never complete, that knowledge can be forbidden, and that the mysteries of the universe are often waiting patiently for those bold enough to seek them. The Maya civilization, with all its brilliance and enigma, remains an enduring testament to humanity's capacity to wonder, to observe, and to reach for truths that lie just beyond the grasp of the ordinary. Scholars speculate that these items may have been part of complex rituals designed to harness natural or even metaphysical forces. Some suggest that the Maya discovered principles of physics or chemistry that were embedded in ceremonial practice, knowledge deliberately concealed to maintain social and spiritual hierarchies. Even everyday objects, when examined closely, reveal an astonishing level of sophistication. Polished mirrors, for example, may have been used to study light, reflection, and astronomical alignments. Carved vessels sometimes depict geometric patterns or star maps that align with the cycles of Venus and other celestial bodies. These artifacts suggest a fusion of science, symbolism, and ritual, an approach to understanding the universe that defies simple categorization and hints at forbidden knowledge carefully guarded by the elite. The purpose of these artifacts often remains mysterious. Were they practical tools, sacred symbols, or a combination of both? Did they encode technological insights lost to history, or were they part of a metaphysical system designed to connect humans with cosmic forces? Modern science struggles to replicate some of the precision implied in these objects, leaving a lingering question: did the Maya possess knowledge that was deliberately hidden, accessible only to the priest-kings and initiates? Ultimately, the artifacts are not just remnants of a bygone civilization, they are pieces of a larger puzzle, fragments of a worldview that integrated mathematics, astronomy, ritual, and possibly forbidden science. Each object, whether a carved stone, a ceremonial vessel, or a monumental sculpture, points to a civilization that perceived the world through layers of visible and invisible forces. By studying these items, we are offered a tantalizing glimpse into the Maya's extraordinary understanding, yet the full scope of their wisdom remains elusive, locked away in the delicate lines of glyphs and the precise angles of stone, waiting to be decoded. Even centuries after the decline of the Maya civilization, their world continues to present mysteries that challenge modern science and archaeology. Ruins hidden beneath dense jungle canopies, abandoned cities, and inscriptions carved into stone raise questions that remain unresolved. Despite advanced technology, satellite imaging, and decades of excavation, researchers still struggle to explain fundamental aspects of Maya society and their astonishing achievements. The more we uncover, the more enigmatic the civilization becomes, leaving an unsettling tension between what we know and what may forever remain hidden. One of the most persistent mysteries is the sudden collapse of many major Maya cities around the 9th century. Cities like Tikal, Copan, and Calakmul, once thriving with tens of thousands of inhabitants, were mysteriously abandoned. Scholars debate whether environmental factors, drought, internal conflict, or political upheaval caused the decline. Yet no explanation fully accounts for the scale and timing of these abandonments, leaving the possibility that elements of their societal knowledge or even forbidden understanding were lost with them. Astronomical records also continue to perplex. The Maya documented planetary cycles, eclipses, and celestial alignments with extraordinary precision, but some sequences appear so advanced that their methodology is difficult to reconstruct. How did they achieve such calculations without modern instruments? Could their insights have been informed by a system of observation, mathematics, or even philosophical principles now lost to us? Each answer seems to spawn deeper questions, drawing modern scientists into a labyrinth of speculation and awe. Artifacts and architecture, too, hold unresolved enigmas. Structures like El Caracol at Chichen Itza exhibit alignments with Venus that defy easy explanation, and many ceremonial complexes suggest a sophisticated integration of astronomy, geometry, and acoustics. The purpose behind these features, whether practical, spiritual, or both, remains partially shrouded. Even when we understand the function of a monument or artifact, the underlying intention, the knowledge encoded within it, and the reasoning behind its design often remain elusive. Additionally, the Maya codices and inscriptions offer fragments of wisdom that hint at lost sciences, metaphysical insights, or forbidden knowledge. While some glyphs have been deciphered, countless symbols remain mysterious, their meaning obscured by time and cultural disruption. The surviving evidence suggests that the civilization held layers of knowledge deliberately restricted to elites, leaving the modern world with tantalizing glimpses rather than complete understanding. Ultimately, the modern mysteries of the Maya civilization remind us that history is not always a tidy narrative. The Maya challenge assumptions about the limits of ancient knowledge, the capabilities of human societies, and the boundaries between science, ritual, and mystery. They leave a civilization that is as much a puzzle as a monument, as much a warning of knowledge lost as a beacon of human ingenuity. Each discovery, each anomaly, and each unanswered question continues to pull us deeper into a world where fact meets enigma, where science brushes against the forbidden, and where the Maya still silently speak from the shadows of their jungles. As we reach the final chapter of this journey into the Maya civilization, one truth becomes unmistakably clear: their legacy is a tapestry of brilliance, enigma, and forbidden knowledge that continues to challenge modern understanding. From the towering pyramids that align with the heavens to the intricately carved codices and hieroglyphs, the Maya left behind a civilization that was not merely advanced for its time, it was extraordinary in ways that still defy explanation. Every discovery invites awe, and every mystery leaves us with more questions than answers, underscoring the delicate balance between the known and the unknowable. The Maya's accomplishments in astronomy, mathematics, and architecture reveal minds capable of perceiving patterns and cycles far beyond the ordinary. Their calendars charted the movement of the sun, moon, and planets with astonishing accuracy, predicting eclipses and planetary alignments centuries in advance. Their pyramids and temples were not simply monuments, they were tools of observation, carefully aligned with celestial events, and even designed to produce remarkable acoustic phenomena. Hieroglyphs and codices encode knowledge in symbolic language, intertwining ritual, science, and history, suggesting a civilization that understood the universe as a complex, interconnected system. Yet for all their brilliance, the Maya deliberately obscured aspects of their knowledge. The priest-kings controlled access to sacred texts and astronomical records, ensuring that only initiates could grasp the full scope of their wisdom. Many codices were lost or destroyed, and countless glyphs remain undeciphered, leaving modern researchers with tantalizing fragments of a vast and sophisticated understanding. The artifacts scattered across the ruins, mirrors, carved stones, ceremonial vessels, hint at science, astronomy, and possibly metaphysical insight that we are only beginning to comprehend. Every stone, every carving, and every shadow cast by a temple speaks of a civilization that balanced practical knowledge with profound spiritual insight, merging observation with mystery. The unanswered questions loom large. How did the Maya calculate celestial cycles with such precision without telescopes or modern mathematics? How were massive pyramids and ceremonial structures constructed with flawless alignment and durability? Why did entire cities collapse, and what knowledge may have vanished with them? These enigmas suggest that the Maya held a form of knowledge that was both forbidden and sacred, a wisdom that intertwined human experience with cosmic order, science with ritual, and observation with philosophy. As modern explorers, archaeologists, and scholars continue to uncover remnants of this civilization, the sense of awe only deepens. Each excavation reveals new anomalies, each deciphered glyph opens new corridors of understanding, and each alignment of stone with sky invites contemplation of a universe far larger and more interconnected than our immediate perception allows. The Maya civilization stands as a testament to the limits of human knowledge and the enduring power of mystery. It challenges our assumptions about ancient peoples, reminding us that intelligence, insight, and understanding can exist in forms that do not always conform to contemporary frameworks. In the end, the Maya leave us with a choice: to see their achievements merely as historical artifacts or to recognize them as a gateway into a hidden world of forbidden knowledge. They compel us to question what has been lost, what remains hidden, and what truths may yet be uncovered beneath the jungle canopy or encoded in ancient glyphs. Their civilization is a bridge between the past and the eternal, between the visible and the invisible, between fact and enigma. As we depart from the ruins, watching the sunlight glint off stone pyramids and the shadows of centuries stretch across the jungle floor, one cannot help but feel a profound sense of humility. The Maya continue to speak to us, not in words we fully understand, but in patterns, symbols, and monuments that resonate across time.